Imagine taking all of your stuff that you know in your head and transforming that into a thriving online course with zero techie headaches. If you haven't checked out Kajabi in a while, it's time to have a look at their online course creation and their AI-driven tools. Now, let's just be clear about something. I'm not suggesting that AI write your digital course for you. What I am saying is that using the Kajabi AI tools is going to actually literally point you out to something that you might be missing that's fundamental in your course. And you'll also have the clear knowledge about what sets you out that's different from everybody else that teaches the same subject. My name is Karen, and I help you simplify your methods. Let's just dive in. Full disclosure, I am a Kajabi partner. I try to keep all of my videos non-biased, but honestly, I don't have any desire to switch software companies because I feel like they have continued to grow and get better over the course of the years, which I'm about to show you now, one of their greatest upgrades. We're just in the dashboard, as you can see, and I've clicked on products, and underneath there's a drop down. These are all the different products that you can make inside of Kajabi, but we're going to focus on the course today, a digital course. So I'm just going to hit new course. This is where the magic is. Okay, so what's new in Kajabi as of 2025 when I'm filming this is you can choose an evergreen course, which means it's something that is there all the time, or you can now choose if you want to have specific cohorts. If you choose the cohorts, it's going to prompt you for a start date, and basically everything unlocks on that start date. So for the purpose of this video, we're just going to keep it to evergreen. You can still do evergreen in cohorts. That's when you would want to utilize the community integration. You can still turn it on and off. You can close the cart, open the cart, however you want to run your business. But basically, evergreen is just kind of like the standard of what you would use. But look at everything that evergreen course gives you. You still have all the same features: self-paced learning, live room, video content, quizzes, community, downloads, certificate. All you need to do is hit next once you've chosen it. Now you're going to want to give your course a little bit of details. Let's just use their examples for example. Okay, public speaking. Go from coach to stage. I've been looking at a lot of coach to 5K programs, so that's kind of in my head right now. Okay, so it's going to use this info to generate content and additional resources. And if you don't want any AI help, you can shut this off if you want. And really nothing bad's going to happen. It's just going to allow you to template your own course, right? But I'm going to keep this toggled on so that you can see these magical things that are happening. Okay, so go ahead and hit next. Now, you ideally, what I recommend is that before you do anything, you go into Kajabi's branding spot and get your colors and your font and everything figured out so that you're not having to do this to everything. So you can see I already have things loaded up. A thumbnail image is optional. If you have this, upload it now. This is basically what's going to show up for your course. I'm going to keep this simple though. I have nothing to upload. We're just going through how this works. Then we're going to hit next. We're waiting for the magic. Now you can price your course free. You can choose whether it's Apple Pay and Google Pay and connect that to the Kajabi payments. Kajabi payments also has different styles of paying, or you can stick with the traditional way of PayPal or Stripe. But let's just keep this free for now so we can keep this simple. Okay, so basically it's initializing the creation wizard. Do you see this? It's got everything in there. We're going to go back to that landing page in email as soon as we are through here with the course. So stay tuned for that. That was super cool. So let's see how it did. So you're going to find that if you have your own course outline figured out, that, and you might have missed something. And then on another note, perhaps you have something in your specific formula, like I want the people that are learning how to public speak with me, I want them to go for a walk every day so that they're actually detaching and allowing their brain to, renew, or perhaps just to keep them physically in touch with their body so that when they come to practice speaking, they know how their body moves, or they're comfortable on their feet. Whatever it is, your special sauce that you have, maybe you want them to meditate daily, and that's part of the curriculum. When it comes to your sales page, and I'll get to that in a moment, know where you had something that sets you completely apart from the rest. Okay, you'll notice that it has some suggested lessons. So if you click on the lesson, it actually has a script, right? So again, you're getting prompted with stuff. Now, like I said, I am not saying let AI write your course for you, but Kajabi is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And then it's going to be your job to, to get the lesson thumbnails and all of that stuff going on. Okay, so this is the back end. And before I show you like the offer and the landing page, I want to just quickly show you what the people are seeing and how you're going to customize it, right? So this is basically, you have Kajabi on here. This is going to go to their website and their stuff. You have their terms and privacy. So all of this stuff has to be made, right? Okay, so how do you do that? You basically go into customize, and you're going to be given all of these different types of customization offers. Usually Premiere is pretty good, but if you want to install a different template, one of the ones that I find really great is Momentum. And I'll tell you that in just a second. You might get, a little tempted on the gamify, like if you really want to gamify your course, but that is going to give you a little bit more technical play with these specialized templates. The reason why I like Momentum is that it's super easy to understand. And then it's also one of the ones that if you decide that you want a community later on, it does have the community aspect to it where you can embed the community on the side so that your students can go back and forth. Okay, so we're going to pick Momentum and install the template, which is super easy. Then you're going to have to click down on your installed templates and go ahead and activate it. And I mean, nobody could see it yet, right? So you might as well just make it activated, customize it. And this is where you get to customize your front end. Now, everything on here is customizable. So you can customize what these say. You can have a community widget. This is what I was talking about, where it can select, right? And then this is the dashboard setup. So if you don't have something that you want to set up here, you can just hide these and come back to them later. So I always recommend just get what you need in here to get it going, and then add the splashes of flair later on. Okay, because they can always be added later. Now let's go back to actually the outline of the product so that you can see what happens what it looks like if we start publishing these things. Okay, because when we saw it, nothing was populated. And if you say want to publish the first little bit, but then you don't want them to get this stuff yet, you can drip it just by saying drip. Okay, you can lock it, meaning that they have to complete something before they get the next one. I recommend, like, if you have like if you're doing, say, something like a cohort, not inside a cohort, you can still make it feel like a cohort by dripping out the content weekly. And then if you have something that you think that people could probably, like, what I would call a pocket course, if they can, like, complete it within like a weekend, I would just recommend having it all published. I'll show you now what looks like on the other side. Okay. And now you'll notice that the content is starting to come onto the side here. If you preview here this like a student, you'll see that the student will have to go on categories to get that. So I always recommend, do an extra lesson for your students that tells them how to navigate, because I think a lot of people know how to use online courses right now, like, because we're in 2025 and most people have taken at least one course online and they're usually pretty good at navigating everything, but it's just that special welcome touch to, like, hey, come on in, let me show you around. Okay. So let's go back one more and let's go back to where we are on the outline. So we've talked about how to add to the outline. If you have more things to add, you just add a submodule lesson quiz, or you can also import from another course if you have another course inside of Kajabi. If you want to add another module, you'd have to go up here. So the module is the big one and the lessons go on to the module. One of the things that it doesn't have in here, which is kind of disappointing, like this is one of the things that I talked about AI not providing for you, is that it's best practice to give people an overview, like an introduction to what they're going to get in the module, what's expected, maybe how long their homework will be, and then also a wrap up at the end of the module. So those are missing from the AI. So we want to make sure that, we add the human to the AI. Don't just come on here and say, hey, I created my course and sell a course and think that it's actually going to, transform people's lives. All they need to do is tap into, Perplexity or ChatGPT these days, and it will teach them anything they want to know. You have to make sure that you humanize your courses in order for them to have wildly successful students, so that you actually have a business that's going to profit enough to keep it going, right? And who really wants to have a course that just nobody buys anyways? So let's have a look at what else it has made for us. So obviously there is an offer, and right now we have it free. And so this is always connected to the course. You can change the pricing at any time. You will need to go and fill out all of the information here, however you want to have it. Automation, I always recommend adding an email, making sure that people are very welcomed and they know what's going on. You can add an upsell to it if you like. You can also enable it as a gift, get notified, send abandonment cart emails. I love this touch. I always turn this on. And of course, you can activate affiliate commissions for this offer as well. So Kajabi has a lot of options like that. Then you want to edit your checkout. So this is basically like editing any other landing page. You want to customize it for the things that you want just by using the left-hand toolbar. And ideally, you have all of this written out before you dive in because you've had your plan before you dive in. Look at that. Nobody told me I had a spelling error until right now, so I can change that. Okay, so you can also add a video. You can add an image, make it customizable, and then of course the actual stuff design. You can take that banner off. I always take the banner off, and if you don't want to take the banner off, don't take the banner off. But I like to take the banner off. I like to keep my checkout page fairly simple. Form fields, you can, depending on how large the offer is. If it's a large offer, I always recommend collecting a phone number so that you can give them a personal call. But just for like a regular little pocket course, the name and the email are plenty, right? And so you just activate as soon as you click that and hit save. Always hit save. And you can just go ahead and edit this to anything that you want. If you have another offer, you can go ahead and click on that, and it's going to give you a order bump. But as you can see, you won't order bump a free offer. That's just self-explanatory. Okay, there was a sales page, wasn't there? Let's go have a look. Okay, let's have a look here. Under our landing pages. So you go under website, landing pages, and look at that. It's created a public speaking 101 pre-sale landing page, and it's in draft. So let's click on, let's see how they did. Tried self-help books, but still freeze on stage. They lack personal guidance. Pre-sign up. No, that's pretty good. Like, it's pretty good. Our course provides personal guidance from industry experts, ensuring your success. Obviously, you're going to want to put your own copy in here, your own flair, but it's giving you, like, literally something to follow. So if you've ever thought, like, I don't know what I'm going to put on my landing page for pre-sale or just to get this thing out the door, you can tweak it and make it better. But if you don't get it to a state where you can say, here, buy my course, you won't get anywhere. So I just love how they give like that full on bones of the product. That's so cool. Isn't that cool? I mean, they certainly didn't have this when I signed up with Kajabi. Okay. See, they spelt it wrong too. So the AI did not pick up on that. It's not just me. AI spelt it wrong too. Just pointing that out. So that there's somewhere in here, there's an email. So let's see if it's in the email campaign. Well, look at that. Course ready broadcast. So you're making this course, you're getting people signing up, and then it's ready to go. Oh, this is so cool. I love it. You can go and edit the content. This makes me want to make a brand new course, guys. Like, what do you think? Okay, we have some exciting news for you. The much anticipated Public Speaking 101 course from this says Kajabi partner site, but it would say your site in there. It's automatically. Check it out. That is so cool. I just got an email that my landing page is ready. Good news, your pre-sale link landing page. This really makes me want to make another course. If you found this video helpful, this is where I invite you to like, comment below, tell me what it is that you're building. It helps the channel. It's completely free if you subscribe. And I'm making videos just like this to help you get your Kajabi going, to help you get your online course, to help you write your nonfiction book. As a matter of fact, I believe there's a free trial link underneath this video in the description below to Kajabi if you wanted to check it out and don't already have it. And if you do have it and you're just like, I wish someone would just walk me through everything that I need to make a course. You're in luck. There's the course checklist GPS. I'll make sure that you have access to that in the description box below, and then also in the first comment underneath this video, because sometimes it's nice just to have someone hold your hand throughout the process, and that's like a step-by-step guide, and then also all of the nuts and bolts that you need before you start to upload everything into whatever platform it is that you're using. See, I used to do this all the time with other people and for other people. I ghost wrote many, many online courses. I worked with an agency where we were creating courses all the time, not only for training, but for, other people. And there's a system, there's a process. And if anybody ever tells you that you can do this in a weekend, they're probably right. But I don't know if you'd be able to fit anything else in. In order to do a course well and to have something that is wildly successful with your students, you need to actually put in the work and do the foundation, then get students into the course to see what you're missing. I mean, it's great to have AI to help us fill in with the holes, but nothing replaces real live humans going through your curriculum, asking you questions, and then you're able to support them. And then they're going to tell someone that'll tell someone that'll tell someone. So if you're not sure what to do a digital course about, I always recommend make sure that it's something that you're still going to be excited or that's attached to your business a year from now. Because even though it's easy to set these things up, it usually generally takes most people a while to get them running like a well-oiled machine. So if you've tried online courses for a long time and you just keep ending up failing, not selling them, and you think that something's wrong with you, it may not be you. It might be your guru. So whoever you're listening to that tells you that it's easy, yeah, it's easy, but it's not simple, or it's simple, but not easy. Whatever it is. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me here. And I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.